Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Burlyman, and welcome to the Burlyman Safehouse podcast. Joining me today, that's the wrong one. That's a good start, isn't it? Hi, there's me. Joining me is Tera and the Lord of Illusion, Blazely Dragon, or Mr. Scary Man, as we like to call him.
You call him that? Who calls him that?
I call him that.
I resemble that remark.
You resemble that remark? Yes, you do.
Okay, maybe.
Hi, guys, and hello, people in the chat room. And Tera, you lined up? Yeah, you're lined up fine. Hello, guys, how you doing? So, let us all introduce ourselves a little bit. So, Blaze, as you're our little guest, I say little guest, the guy in the corner, please tell us about yourself. Or, sorry, tell everyone else about yourself. What are you?
Yes, I see. Let's just summarize it. So, I am Blaze the Dragon, and I do YouTube videos, and I do voice acting, and I do illusions, and I do martial arts, and spirituality, and magic and mysticism, and a ton of gaming. So, yeah, you guys are doing some sort of creative interviewee type conversation thingy, and they said, "Hey, Blaze, would you care to join us?" And I was like, okay.
It's like, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, it's fine. And then
Something to do!
Something to do! I love it! And also we got Twilight Tera with us again, once again. She's an artist. She does things. She draws things.
I am. I'm currently working on a resource pack for Minecraft, which is coming along fine. I've just about finished trees.
Yes.
Working on different kind of dirts and gravels and stuff. I have a blog and a YouTube channel, both run under the name of Something Beautiful. It's all about recognizing the beauty in the world and taking time out to appreciate it. It's kind of on hold right now because I'm also an admin for Burlyman Safehouse, and between that and the resource pack and just general life, I've got quite enough on my plate already.
Busy.
So. Yeah,
again, we're all busy.
I have done voice acting, do still occasionally. Have done some 3D animation, still do occasionally.
Yeah, she's there every now and then. And obviously, I am Burlyman. I am Lord of this land, and I am the host of many awesome little geeky things and communities, and Minecraft servers as well. And I also have a YouTube channel just cause I can. Because I'm that awesome. And Blaze is looking at me. I feel... Hi! Wait, where are you? Down there. Hello! So yeah,
I thought it would be more entertaining to stare at the person that you're talking to. Even though in reality I'm staring at a wall in my house.
That
on
wall.
The camera, it appears...
Right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the funny thing is, Blaze, you're an old computer of mine, and Tera's my screen, so... But yes, we're going to be talking about... What are we going to talk about? Content creators. I totally didn't forget for a moment there. I swear. But we're going to be talking about content creators. So, what is a content creator? Well, that's us.
Well, yeah, the first thing you have to understand is what content is, and really, when you're talking about content, you're talking about a kind of a subsection of any kind of creative work, being creative work that is for consumption via the internet. When you're talking about content, you're usually talking about web content.
Definitely, and we all do that in our own little ways. I mean, we have our own little expertise. We're all very different, and there's so many content creators out there, and they all do it for their own reasons. Some people just do it. I think that's my category. I just do it because I can. So I've got a cat on my tongue. That's bad, isn't it? So that is what generally a content creator is. So, why did we become this? Why are we content creators? I mean, Blaze. Were you inspired by anyone? And Tera, were you inspired?
That's a good question. I mean, sure, when I was growing up, there was some inspirational things for various things that I do. Like when I make my mods for video games and create weapons and stuff in Blender.
Yes.
That's just was fun. I just like video games. But when it comes to stuff like voice acting, I think Jim Carrey and Robin Williams were great inspirations when I was a kid just because they were so freaking hysterical.
They are.
And then with the illusions and stuff, there was Jason Byrne and Lance Burton and David Copperfield and RDC Kidwell, and there's a couple of them that were really inspirational as a kid. I just liked seeing people smile and light up. Yeah.
Yeah. So generally, really, it's just art that has inspired you in general.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And then, of course, Bruce Lee and Wong Fei Hung and stuff with the martial arts and teaching spirituality and acceptance for people being different and being who they are and just embracing, hey, I don't need to be like everyone else, but I can still be me and express myself. So even like with OBOD, Order of Bards, Ovates, and Druids, Philip Cargam, the actual leader of that, he's very big on pushing it as a spirituality that anybody can embrace and about being yourself and not being tied down. And it's just, there's so many people out there that have given so much inspiration. I just feel like I want to try to join the ranks and share that inspiration with other people.
Oh, yeah, you should totally check out his channel. It's so mixed. Seriously. I mean, every time I go to your channel, Blaze, I wonder what he's done today. I went on there. Oh, magic tricks, marvellous. Next time, fighting someone. Oh, great. Next, Burlycraft. What's that then? It's so random, but I love it. It's just, you're like an inspiration sponge. You absorb everything you do.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, it's entertaining as well. Your illusions are definitely what I like the most. I've actually tried to figure out how to do those tricks as well. I'm like, how the hell does it? And I can't do them.
Well, I've really enjoyed your monologues on spirituality and religious traditions and philosophy, and I think that you do a really good job of making that stuff accessible to people who perhaps aren't very familiar with alternative forms of religion. I think those are really great videos. I haven't had a chance really to sit down in front of your illusion videos, but it sounds like some.
They are fantastic. He's very good. If you ask him nicely, he might perform something now. Maybe not. Ooh. Oh,
he's thinking.
Oh. Well, while he's setting himself up a little bit, or is he ready already?
Oh, what's this?
Okay. It's a fist. Oh,
wait. Whoa. Wait. No, it was on the other. No, that was on the other fingers.
Oh.
Those were on the other fingers. Now they're on.
It's teaching it to jump to the other hand.
No.
It's a train.
Wait. No, I didn't see it jump. How did it? But.
Okay, so it's on the two knuckles, and simply by opening the hand, it goes to the other two.
No,
Lord of Illusion!
Mind blown.
Lord of Illusion!
That's the idea there, is to inspire some mysticality.
Isn't he great?
Definitely.
One word for it. We'll go with that one.
Yeah. So, Tera, what are you inspired by? I mean, I know you're not a magician of awesome lordness, but you are an amazing artist.
Well, thank you.
Thumbs. No, you are fantastic.
I've had a lot of
your content back. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
So
yeah, artistically for the painting, I've had a number of inspirations. One of them, oddly enough, is Patrick Nagel, who was like a total pop artist and did absolutely nothing of really any social significance, but he was a brilliant graphic artist, and he kind of created the 80s icon with if you're at all familiar with Rio, the album cover for Rio, that was his design. He did a lot of that sort of thing, all very bold lines and high contrast, beautiful women. And he became kind of the guy who put an artistic front up for the 80s. When you think of 80s style, you're thinking of a lot of stuff that he generated, that he was a part of. But yeah, so he's part of my he was an inspiration to me artistically. I think Wendy Peeney, the one half of the Peeney team who did the ElfQuest series, and they're still doing the ElfQuest series.
You and ElfQuest.
Her style of illustration, I used to spend hours, mimicking, copying her elves. I actually made a poster when I was like 15 that had every single ElfQuest character in existence at that time, at least.
Yeah, there's more now.
Yeah.
It is a very good comic as well. Very worthwhile. Definitely.
For as far as like another artistic inspiration to me, and this is on a much more personal level, is my grandfather, my mother's father. He, when he was a young man, took up oil painting and did very well at it. And it wasn't until much later that I discovered that the only reason he kept at it was because other people kept telling him he ought to.
Okay.
Which is really strange because he was so good at it.
I mean, that's the curse of being an artist, though. You generally hate your own work. I mean, is that true?
It's not that he didn't like the work he was producing. He just didn't enjoy painting.
How weird.
I know, but I used to, as a little girl, look up at the walls that he had paintings of like Native Americans and
Wow.
a lot of paintings of Native Americans. Am I boosting?
Please, it's gone. he's disappeared.
But I used to look up at the oil paintings he did of Native Americans and things and like typical scenery from Colorado, which is where he grew up.
Okay.
And he was the guy who taught me how clouds look. Clouds are flat on the bottom. That was the first thing he taught me as a painter, was clouds are flat on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I can't help but ask you, Tera, do you have any of his artwork that you can put up in front of the camera?
I wish I did. Right now, most of that work is in the hands of his second wife and her family. My mother has one of his paintings. My aunt has a couple of his paintings. And eventually I will have them. But for now, I'm afraid the one painting I did have was in terrible condition because it had been kept in the attic and had been exposed to the elements. Just hadn't weathered well. So
that's not good. Nah, I mean, you have got some of your artwork on behind you, which is pretty good. I do. As well.
I mean, it's not showing up on the camera because it's up on the walls.
Twist the camera. Twist it.
Twist? Okay.
Twist its
all
neck.
right. This is going to be interesting.
Twist its neck. What?
I can do this.
Uh-oh.
We were going on a trip.
Yay! Look at this.
Hold on, let me see. Okay.
TerraVision.
TerraVision.
I have no idea how well this is coming out at all, but
It looks nice.
that
Come in
is.
closer.
I can't. It's on a tether.
You
I
asked
can't
too
get
much,
any
Blaze.
closer than this. I'll tell you what. I will.
She will do something.
This back now.
Oh.
I will. Hold on. If I send Burlyman a link,
Me? Okay.
then because I know that links typically. Am I in the shot? I don't know.
I think you
Where's
can.
the camera.
I think in the chat you can post links because you're an operator.
I've tried in the past and they
There we
did
go.
not.
We can see you. Kind of.
Give me just a second. Hold on. Let me.
Let me
I'm gonna come over to. I believe this is a public folder. Most of the stuff that I have posted to Facebook
Okay.
is for friends only. But this particular photo album, I believe, is public. Let me make sure.
Yeah.
Albums.
Well, because I'm helpful and stuff, I wanted to post a link too.
Yay!
Sorry. I could not resist.
Yeah, this one is public.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to It's going to move everyone's cameras a bit. Yep, just a bit. Hang on.
Copy.
Hang on. I'll move everyone down and everyone's back. Look at that. Alright, let's paste that into the
And
chat.
then-
There you go, everyone. Alright. Hello, Silverwood. So, yeah, I mean, the people that have inspired me, I mean, what I do is very charitable work. I mean, Blaze and Tera know this very, very well, but I like to help people.
There's my link.
Okay, I'm going to move everyone's cameras again. Okay, there we go. Alright.
You're making me sick of the movement.
Sorry, man. There you go. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, I like to do a lot of charity work. I like to help people. I like to help people grow in themselves so they actually get better at what they do and what they love. I also like gaming a lot, and I've always wanted to do something. Deleted link. I've always wanted to do something which I can help people, but I can still be geeky at the same time. And I was floating around the internet in my old ways, watching people do videos, and then I came across something called a Let's Player, and it was intriguing to me because people were actually watching these videos of other people playing video games in vast numbers, and it was very entertaining for me to go and watch that. And then I came across one fateful person, and his name is Markiplier. And then this man, he's bonkers, he's loud, he's intriguing, and I was like, okay, this man's funny, I'll watch him some more. And then I find out that most of the stuff he earns goes towards charity, and I was like, oh, I would love to be able to do this. I would love to actually be able to help others by being the complete and utter nerd that I am. I mean, I'm even wearing a Zelda t-shirt, you know. And it's just the way things are for most geeks at the moment. They have to deal with net trolling or, you know, griefers and that sort of a thing. And it really puts a lot of people off as well. So I was thinking to myself, what, you know, how can I'm going around the internet trying to get the inspiration I need. Like, how can I do this? And then I met lovely people such as Tera here, Blaze, and they're so nice people. And then we had a little group. We have a little tiny little group formed together. It's lovely. And then, yeah, now it's become what you see today. Thanks to people like Tera and Blaze who've actually inspired me as well. So thank you guys.
Aw.
I get inspired by a lot of people in the group itself as well. People in the chat. Carneris is another person that's inspired me as well. I like to embarrass him, you see, as well. Not that he'll probably get embarrassed, but never mind. But yeah, there's my inspiration, really. It's normal people that are helping each other. I mean, everyone would probably say, "Oh, Markiplier's big. He's important, all this sort of thing." But he's just a normal guy in an apartment playing video games, and generally wearing no trousers when he's doing it. Seriously, it's a thing.
At least you put your trousers on.
Well, not in all videos. Don't be going looking at my videos now. Just see if you get a bit of a flash. I'm looking at you, Blaze. Oh, how dare you, sir! So, with great people.
It's alright, I'm traumatized now.
I'm sorry, Blaze, but it's how you make me feel. So, with these great people that are, sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, so with all these great people putting out all this interesting content, and often free content as well, how can we keep them going? How can you support these people? I mean, what are the methods that they can get funding for? What are their methods? So far, the most common way is YouTube. You can get, the odd penny for ad revenue.
Right, and I think what really matters there, when it comes to advertisement revenue on YouTube, I think the most important thing is, first of all, to actually watch the videos, comment, share, like, tell YouTube subscribe. Tell YouTube which videos you are watching.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't know unless you provide interaction. activity.
I mean, the way it generally works with the ad revenue, the more you watch a video, I mean, as in time, the more money, I say money, the more pittance, the more crumbs can be sent to these content creators and that. And it's not a lot. It really isn't. And, you know, I mean, it's not exactly as like it's easy work. It's actually really, really hard. It's like that paperclip that Blazer's got. Why have you got a paperclip there? Uh-oh. Oh? Are you bending that, good sir? Yeah. Blaze, you're distracting me with your powers.
and to the chat room, I only have one thing to say. This looks like a job for emergency pants.
But I was also going to say, as far as supporting the creators and stuff like that, leaving feedback, thumbing up, liking, subscribing, it tells us as creative people that what we're doing is appreciated. I mean, one of the biggest things is we're probably going to create anyway because we love doing it. However, how much we share with the community depends on how much the community actually likes it. If they don't like it, we'll do it for ourselves and our friends. But if people still want to see it, and if you like something, you know, just take a few minutes. I mean, a thank you means so much to us. Like, oh, wow, somebody appreciated my work.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, every time I get a, well done, or that's awesome, I'm like, you know, my ego just grows. Well, I say my ego grows. My ego is massive already.
just one more subscriber makes
all the difference.
Makes it.
Yeah. I mean, it goes with it.
I see Burlyman when like he's added a subscriber or his page views are up, and he's like, I have one more subscriber. Oh boy,
people love me. I mean, it's not just YouTubers that we're talking about. It's like, you know, there's artists as well. You know, people that do like stuff on DeviantArt. I mean, they don't get the ad revenue unless they got
musicians.
Musicians as well. It's really hard work to go and do all these creations and then not to get.
I don't think people do realize how much work it is, because it's not just a matter of just sitting in front of a camera and just going.
Hi.
There's a lot of planning that takes place beforehand. You have to decide what it is that you're going to create.
Yeah.
There's usually a lot of editing afterward. If something looks awesome, it's because the creator has cut out all of the crap.
Oh, there is so much crap. You can always throw glitter on it. That always works.
I've got a video up where me and my brother are fighting with lightsabers in my backyard, and we're just using sticks, but it was done with video editing. The clip is probably like not even 2 minutes. If you've not seen it, I can send you a link later.
That'd be great.
But it literally took me 15 hours of video editing for 2 or 3 minutes of this little lightsaber fight.
Blimey.
Yeah. When I was doing 3D animation using basically SketchUp and iClone, I could count on 1 hour of work going into just 1 minute of video, and fortunately with those types of programs, much of my editing could take place like on the fly as I was going, but there always afterward was something that I'd have to trim or cut around, adjust.
It does take a long time. It brings me to another question. Why do we do it? I mean, why do content creators do it? For this much, should we say, pain for love? For what you love?
I think love is a big part of it.
Yeah. I mean, I love what I do. It drives me nuts on occasion, especially when it's a big video, or there's a bit of a scuffle going on in the group. Not that happens a lot, but it has happened on occasion. And it does make you think after a while. You're sitting there, you're like, oh my god, so why?
I think you know all too well why. I mean, I'm sure Blaze does too.
Of course.
I'm sure both of you have had that feeling of satisfaction when you finished off a project, you're looking at the final cut. I don't know about you guys, but I will watch that thing over and over and over. Just the textures that I've added to the resource pack with the trees.
Yeah,
I don't know how many times I have sat there and stared at it going, yeah, those spruce needles really came out.
Nah, yeah, when something is
Yeah, I
done well.
definitely have to say I absolutely love doing it, and when you see the finished product, it's so rewarding. I know, like, when I do voice acting and the machinima gets done and the creator's excited with it, I like to go and, like you're saying, watch it 2 or 3 times and
Yeah.
watch it a little down the road. I know some things that I do, like with my Blender, I made some mods for Skyrim and for Fallout.
Yeah.
And basically, I created these Chinese weapons that I use in real life because I want them in the game because I love these weapons.
Yeah.
And they don't exist in there. So I made this Yanma DAO, and it took me like 18 hours, and I did it just so I could play with it. But I uploaded it onto the Steam community, and I uploaded it onto the Nexus, and there's been hundreds of downloads. People are just eating it up. So
Well done.
it's both rewarding for myself, and other people get to appreciate it too.
I mean,
Congratulations.
And one of the videos a couple of the videos that I've done on spirituality, because I usually follow a unique path, I've actually had people come back and thank me that were like suicidal and feel rejuvenated in life,
Really?
realizing they're not alone and people understand them. It can make a difference for not only ourselves, but for who actually gets to enjoy it too. I know, like,
Yeah.
Burlyman's Gaming Safehouse, to have a place that you can go to, not be trolled, is gold. When you're talking about gamers, and then not all gamers are the same, but I mean, if you're stuck in your house and you've got no friends, last thing you want to do is get trolled online. It
Yeah.
makes you feel even worse. But at the Safe House, you can actually go somewhere and feel genuinely cared about and part of, like, this little family. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I created it. Just I've been a victim of so much griefing online and in real
Sorry.
life as well.
On that note, may I break into to
Dance.
actually address the chat room a little bit? I know it's probably too late. Silverwood Fox Flame has left.
Okay.
His son has a rash and he's taking him to the ER. I hope he gets better soon.
Yes.
And Carneros wanted to add to the conversation that what we get out of it, he says, in part, what you put into it is what we get out of it. It's like all that effort when you've actually made a legitimate effort and pushed through perhaps a difficult situation, the harder it is, the more rewarding it is, I suppose, when it comes together at the end. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying about? We were talking about being a community, so I wanted to,
Gaming Safe
Oh,
House,
Silver
how
is a she.
safe
I'm
you feel in it.
I'm sorry for that mistake. Silverwood Fox Flame is
We
a
will
she.
now mock you. The Safe House. There's like I've had so many days where you just want to sit back, play a game, and okay, you know what? I'll go online, and I hate that feeling when you're going through your games and you're thinking, I don't want to play that game. I don't feel like having the hassle today. I mean, that's not how a game should be. A game should be fun. It shouldn't be sitting there, it's too much hassle. Dota 2's a good example for that. I mean, when you think of Dota 2, do you go, oh, I'm going to go online, I'm going to meet new people, I'm going to die a lot, and they're going to love me for it? No, you're going to think, if I go on player versus player, I've never played it, I'm going to get absolutely mobbed. And it's horrible.
Oh, some people are
Yeah,
kind
you
of
got that
into
on,
that, apparently. I mean, I've got one friend who's totally addicted to Dota 2 and plays with, like, randoms.
That's good.
And he loves it. I mean, that's his drug. That's his thing.
That's great.
Me, I'll go on and I will play with friends, and
Yeah.
I'll still get mobbed. But at least I'm getting mobbed by my friends.
Oh yeah, but that's different
and-
though. It's fun when your friends are taking the piss out of you. Which is weird,
Yeah,
isn't it?
well, there's a difference between playful banter and just straight up trolling.
Yeah.
I know, like,
Yeah.
League of Legends is very similar to Dota, from what I understand, and
Yeah.
as Burlyman and Tera know, I've been majorly addicted lately.
Yep.
And I was there in my first week,
Yeah, we
and there
miss
was
you.
like, after playing for 4 days, they're all like, uninstall. You don't deserve to play this game. It's like, I've been playing for 4 days, dude. And it's just horrible. I mean, some of the reasons they're
Yeah.
complaining or getting on you for, sometimes it's a bad team matchup. Sometimes the other champions are just geared towards your champion. It's like your champion's weak to theirs.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just bad coordination with the team. But they'll sit here and harass the new players that they feel are at fault. It's a game.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Get better.
Games are for
Not,
having
yeah, it's not.
fun. Yeah.
It's not a life or death situation.
Ugh.
It's just I'm sorry.
Bang!
I'm going to get trolled. It's a hobby. It's a hobby.
Marvelous, marvelous. Yes.
Well said. Yes. Well
Over yourself.
I was about to say something then, and you know when you have a thought, it's like when you go into a room, but then you just it just goes. You have no idea what you're going to do or what you're there for. That just happened to me just now. Canaris has mentioned as well. It's like many people forget what it was like when they started out, when they started doing stuff.
Yes.
That's a very common thing.
Yeah,
Also,
I don't think I've made it a point not to forget being a newbie at anything.
Yeah.
But I think we've kind of gotten off topic a little bit. We were talking about content creators. And games are a form of web content. There are independent game creators that you can. We were talking about supporting, original independent content. Steam is a great way to do that.
Yes, the workshop, for example. I mean, Blaze posted some stuff. He said so. I mean, I posted some stuff as well.
Amazing, not just add-ons, but entire games that.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I've got nervous with some of the game workshop stuff because I know the what was it called, Tabletop Sim that you got me into at Burlyman, and I was creating some of these board games that I love on there, but then I was like, technically that's copyrighted material, so I probably shouldn't. So I took those down, but I might put something else up that's maybe a unique one-of-a-kind game, or even if it's based off something else, it's still more fully customized content. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and there's a lot of that. People are trying to convert their favorite board games to digital content, and I think some of them are more official than others. I know that, for example, I'm not at all worried about Cards Against Humanity because Cards Against Humanity was a free game online to begin with, and still is. You can actually download CAH for free to play with your friends at home.
Yeah.
So,
Canaris has a question for us. He goes, "Do you all feel as though content creators are making a positive impact on the gaming community?" I think content creators are just making a good impact in general because imagine an internet without any content, or anything without any content. For that matter.
And I do think
like many
that
conversations I have.
I think independent content creators are making a positive impact not just on the gaming community or the internet community, but on the world community as a whole. We are now in a situation where people like Jonathan Colton, Kevin MacLeod, what's his name that did Sluggy Freelance? What's his name? It's a webcomic. You've got all of these people who would never have found their audience through, they would never have been signed by a studio. They would never have been published by a publishing company. Yeah. But they found their audience on their own through the web. And because of that, web culture and culture in general is more diverse. You have more options.
I mean that's always. I mean you got the dodgy parts of the content creators as well. That stuff that just probably shouldn't be in existence. But I think that's a small price to pay for this sort of amazing thing.
Yeah, and okay, so we may roll our eyes at it, but really, where do you draw the line? How do you judge what should and should not be available for consumption? If there actually is an audience for it, and it does not harm or infringe on the rights of other people, then really, where do you say, oh well, that's good content and that's not?
That is a good question, and I can't think of a line.
It comes down to personal preference and choice.
Yeah, I suppose that's got to be it.
That's all it is, just personal preference and choice. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff online that I wish I could erase from my mind, but there's people out there who absolutely adore and love it. It's just, I'm thinking of this video with this little bird, and I'm gonna have to send you the link because it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. But people love it.
You're going to share that, are you?
I'm worried.
Yes. I'm gonna send it to Burlyman and Tera and make your viewers wonder what is this horrible link that he won't share.
Okay, here we go. Canes has given us another question. Okay, staying with gaming, do you feel the impact is more positive than negative, taking into account some of the divides seen within the fans?
Yes, I still think that that impact is more positive. You cannot have growth within a community or even diversity within a community without having
Growing pains.
without having some conflict, without having some sides.
Sides will form.
And it's just a way. That is how people work through things. And we have some people creating content and other people going, freaking out for reasons I have no idea.
There is a few of them out there. I've had some highly negative feedback before. I don't know if I should call it feedback, but I'm going to because I'm a polite person.
But the thing is that people have opinions. People have always had opinions. People will have opinions about games, and they won't agree with other people's opinions.
Opinions is a very big subject. I think it's another subject, I think, altogether.
Yes.
We have an opportunity now where like we have never had before that for people to find the content that rings within them. They'll find the content that they relate to.
I think that's part of the fun, just finding content that you will enjoy, because you will have to trudge through a lot of stuff.
Wow. Carneris, I knew you were going to, okay. This episode was not about Gamergate. I thought about bringing up Gamergate as a topic for today's show, but
I don't think we should probably talk about that right now, because we'll be here for hours if we do.
Gamergate.
I need to ask what that is later.
Yes. Really? Okay. Well, let's talk about what that is now. How much time have we got left?
Not too much.
Oh God.
Yeah. I mean, we can talk about that if you really want, but it is a very big subject, a very big issue, I suppose the term is. I don't know. Would you? I'd say it's an issue.
And no, I don't agree with Jeremy Clarkson either, that opinions are for those who don't have all the facts, because there are some things about which you cannot have facts.
Yeah.
For example, for me to say Assassin's Creed is an awesome game.
Yay!
No, that's not a fact. That is my opinion of Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
People have different opinions of Assassin's Creed depending on whether or not they liked the game. There is no way you can say for a fact that a game is awesome or shit, because it all depends. That opinion depends on your experience with the game, and it is an individual thing.
And as Blaze has pointed out, he hates it.
I don't hate it. I just think that it's lacking majorly, and it's redundant. And I get why people like it. It's just not my favorite. So. Again, it's opinion, it's personal preference. Yeah. But I think that's the other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up, too, as far as content creations go, unique and original ideas.
Yes.
It's like, technically, if you want to think about it, any idea we've ever done is technically not original, because it's probably been done in some fashion before, from life experiences. We've been inspired by something.
By something else.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think people get too caught up sometimes of, that's a clone of this or that's a clone of that. I mean, even with any of the MMOs that come out, they're always WoW clones. It's like, no, technically EverQuest was the original, but regardless, it's just people trying to bring something new. And I think that's the same thing with some of the things that we do, like Tera's texture packet. It's like, oh, well, there's texture packets already out there for Minecraft. Yes, but this is hers. This is unique. This is something she's bringing to life.
Exactly. I mean, I get called up all the time and says, "Oh, I look like Mega Man apparently," but whatever. Sorry, I had to bring that one up. I've actually had some people come up to me and say, "Stop using a Mega Man sprite as a logo." It's not. Oh yeah, it's my own face in the shape of Mega Man, maybe. Quick question, guys: have you heard of Patreon at all?
No.
Yes. Well, only from you, actually.
Right, I'm going to let you know what it is. Patreon is another way for content creators to earn money. And it's through donations. It's like
How do we do that?
Patreon. The whole idea behind it is donations is a big thing for artists in general. And obviously people don't, as an artist, don't generally get a lot of money through donations. Oh, Superman! So we know your secret identity now. Oh, he's got the glasses.
Sorry, I couldn't
Oh,
resist.
shit,
I couldn't
it's just
resist. Go
crap.
ahead.
But Patreon, the whole idea behind it is, say yourself, Blaze, if you had a Patreon page, you had yourself a profile, you would go to your fans and say, "Hi, my name is Blaze Lee Dragon. I am this, and this. If you wish to donate to me, any amount that you like, could be $1, $10, this sort of thing, I will give you some special content." And every time someone, say, donates to this cause, every time you create something, money gets taken out from their account, you give them something in return as well, like a little thing, maybe an extra video, or in Tera's case, maybe some personal mini artwork, maybe. I mean, there's so many options that you can do, and there's also a safety feature for people that oh god, I just lost my train of thought. A safety feature when people are donating as well, that if there's a certain
Welcome to the
limit...
chat room. Level up, Josh. Sorry.
Oh yeah, hello Josh. How you doing? Sorry, my chat room's on the other screen.
Hello.
Yeah,
I've got it front and center, so.
Be careful of Blaze, he bites. But with Patreon, if you say you can only
Only if
afford,
you ask nicely.
if you can only donate like $15, for example, but your content creator that that's just pumping stuff out a lot, well, that's going to rack up a lot of cash. But you can always put a limiter on it as well until, like, say, another month or so. So it's a really nice and helpful way to stay in contact with people and your favourite creators. You can actually support them in your own little way as well. And I'm thinking of doing my own page.
Yeah,
I actually
I
once
think
tried to.
Ooh.
Sorry. I thought it might be useful to illustrate the difference between Patreon and something like Kickstarter. Kickstarter, you are supporting the creation of a specific project. In Patreon, you are supporting the artist for ongoing things. Like every time they produce something, there's money that changes hands.
Yeah. And it keeps them going, makes them want to create more as well. Which I think is a great thing. Because there's a lot of people that just don't... Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's got a bit of lag.
Yeah, I actually used to have take my PayPal, and they actually allow you to create links. And on my voice acting website, where I have voices, I used to have links where people could click and donate. People never clicked it, and that was pretty much everything directly sent to your PayPal account.
Yeah, I mean that's the old way of doing it. I think maybe that's probably where they did the Patreon thing to make it a bit more incentive, I suppose, because you're giving a little bit of extra. They're paying for the extra, the pro edition of you. I think the whole big thing. Oh, hello. Josh is saying someone has a reward of at a certain donation to be able to chat in a special chat that they read on the stream. Example. Yeah. I mean,
Which is what we're doing for you already because we just did it.
For free.
For free.
Yeah.
So, hey,
so yeah, some people do it
us.
for free. Yeah. I mean, it really depends on the creator themselves, and I mean, sometimes it's a really good, I suppose, deal. I suppose, because you are just kind of selling yourself a little bit. Is it me or does Blaze look like he's hiding? Canaris brought up a good point that some creators do feel like they're begging when they use Patreon.
And here's the thing is, okay, I can sell my time doing, answering phones for customer service. And yeah, and people, I guess there's a company that has value in that because people are paying them for whatever.
Yeah, for whatever.
And
Yeah.
okay, but the question is, how much do we value the content that's out there?
Yeah.
What kind of value do we place on that? For some people, there might not be a figure that they can put on it. It's that important to them. They care that much about it.
Yeah.
Others, maybe not so much. But if you're benefiting from somebody else's labor, even if it is a labor of love, if you're benefiting from somebody else's labor,
Yeah.
then why not support that? Otherwise, it might go away.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a good point.
yeah. I mean, each to their own. I know some people don't like using the donation idea and they'd rather make it through some other means, but that's down to the creator themselves as well. We're back to the opinion thing again. I pay a lot for my whatever from that company.
Whatever from that company. Yes, you do. I trust you. I trust you do.
Well, I think we're getting a bit close to the end of the old show here. So why don't we do a bit of shameless promotions? So Blaze, you got anything coming up? Any new videos that we can look up to, or any new voice acting? Maybe another Burlycraft Adventures you'll be in.
Oh yes, please, soon.
I would love to be in some more Burlycraft adventures, by the way, because I just absolutely love voice acting. The latest items that I've worked on are still being created, but there's going to be some expansions for Skyrim. There's a particular one that's working on Discworld expansion, where I'm playing Kohen, the Barbarian.
Sweet!
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Name's Kohen.
Name's Karen. I'm getting your teeth.
Kohen the Barbarian. You ever go into a temple, kill all the priests, save the girl, take the gold? You do it like this.
But that's one of the things that's coming out. There was a couple other ones that I was doing, but I'm still waiting for them to finish making up all the materials for it. The Pop-Tart Kid has, that's his video making name.
Okay.
He likes to make contact on Vimeo,
Okay.
and I've been doing some voice acting for him where the McDonald's Corporation is having some infighting, and the French fries and the hamburgers are fighting against a Hamburglar and killing each other. And it's hysterical. The stuff he comes up with is so twisted, but I've done some voices for him.
Wicked.
And then let's see, I might be coming out with a new League of Legends video eventually. I have a beginner's guide, which is worth checking out. But regardless, if you look for Blazely Dragon on YouTube, you'll find all my videos. I do all sorts of crazy things and take requests. So
Yeah, it's true, he does. He's a good guy. Well, the things that are going to be happening with my channels and stuff, I'm going to look to maybe posting up the Burlyman Safehouse website soon. It's nearly done. So it's going to be forums. It's going to be lists of like servers that that I'm running. There's going to be links to all the people that help me do all this, like Blaze, Tera as well. Loads of other people that help me do it. Let's see, what videos am I doing? Oh, I've got a Lone Survivor series going on at the moment, which is very weird. I don't know what's going on. I'm fighting mannequin zombies. It's so weird.
Yay!
Yeah, mannequin zombies. Yay!
It's very kind of Silent Hillish. I like that game. I like watching you play that one.
Yeah, it's a weird story. I've got some more Shadowrun coming up as well. I'm nearing the end of one custom story, and I'm going to be jumping into another one very, very soon as well. I'm also going to be doing some more Blood Bowl, some very Warhammer related things, because I do enjoy that, and I'm actually thinking of doing a new series called Retro Corner, where I talk about old games that I used to play, like like Sonic the Hedgehog or Blackthorn or Star Fox, those really old school titles. I might even go back as far as like the NES, where I'm playing Mega Man 2 or the original Star Wars, the bloody hardest game to ever be on the earth. I mean, I've never completed it. I've actually tried to complete it recently, and no, I get stuck on the Death Star.
I'm sure I've blown up the Death Star at least a few times.
What, on the original NES?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the original. No, when you said original Star Wars, I was thinking like the arcade game.
Oh, you mean all the kind of the laser wires?
The line.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, The frame.
Wow. Wow, that's taking me back a bit. Jeez. But yeah, that's what the retro corner is going to be about. It's about nostalgia and stuff like that. I might even do. I'm throwing this back and forth. I might do Warhammer models and like wargaming in general. It's an idea.
Okay, now we're getting into theoretical things that might or might not be happening.
Well, it's come from theory to probability, and it's sort of it's nestling itself in the middle. It's making itself comfortable. So I thought I'd mention it. Just yeah. I mean, I've got all the models out. I'm looking at them, and I keep going. I might show my models off for people to see. So that's what I'm going to be doing at the next 2 weeks. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or join our little Safehouse group if you want to find out what's going on, or me in particular as well. That's all for me. I think Tera's up. Go on, darling. Shamelessly promote yourself.
Well, actually, I haven't much to promote at the moment, apart from please join the Safehouse Facebook group. It's called the Burlyman Safehouse.
Yep.
I am anticipating my first release of the partial texture pack soon-ish.
It looks awesome.
But I am also posting photos up as it's being creative in the group.
Yeah.
And I intend to make that resource back for Minecraft a Burlyman Safehouse exclusive. So once the website is up, that's where you'll find the link to it.
There'll be a
In the
download
meantime,
there.
you can get updates on that through the group on Facebook.
I mean, you can
Which
get
is-
updates for a lot of everyone that's admins
And it's
as well in the group. Blaze, he's an admin as well. You can always get updates from him. He's got a Facebook page as well. He posts a lot of pictures of himself. It's awesome. Kind of.
Do I?
I've seen a few.
Are you talking about my personal or on my Blazely Dragon one?
Your Blazely Dragon page. I've seen some
Oh.
stuff pop up.
I am pretty, so it would make sense to share this
Yeah,
bug with everyone.
Seriously, you should have a Patreon page just for your beard. Or just have a YouTube channel just for your beard. Just you stroking your beard every episode, just like in different forms. I think that would be popular. But that's all the time we have. So let's end this show up. Thank you, Blaze, for joining us, for being our guest. Yeah, go check him out.
Thank you for having
He's
me. I
good.
appreciate it.
Oh.
It's great
And
talking to you guys
folks
again.
in the chat room, thank you for joining us.
Yes, and thank you guys in the chat, definitely. I've been Burlyman, she's been Tera, and he's been Blazy Dragon. Goodbye! My mouse is not working, this is embarrassing.